So I'm back here on my trading desk and the market came down to my location here again. I am now wondering what the reaction of the market is here. If you look at the delta, it's pretty much down. The market itself, we said, might be a little, is it in principle it's short. But since it's Friday, I'm kind of willing to no, I shouldn't do that. I actually should stick to my old plan. Either I go short here. I should have done it here actually. Um, Either go short here or I wait for the breakout, wait for the return, and then I'm gonna go short. So I had now an alarm set here and it reacted. I see that's my eyes are now here with the delta and with the cumulative delta. As long as the delta is so strong here, there's no reason to believe that there's gonna be a bounce back. There's still 400 ticks to go. We are in a 1500 ticks range, so 1/3 of the ticks are still there to go. Now we are in the middle of the night, US time 5:08, which is the European time. It looks like the market is, just, if I look at the volume per second, it's like 3 to 4, and then up and down a little bit. Yeah, it's not moving much. So let's see. Oh, now it goes a little bit faster. Delta is still negative. I tend to not take a short trade when the demand index is down here. I tend to take a short trade when the demand index is like here, up here, and then ideally a divergence. Here the market goes up, the divergence, the demand index goes down. And let me activate my little helper here. So if I go short, this is my setting. That's 20 ticks of stop loss and 100 ticks, just out of principle. Sounds good, right? 100 ticks take profit. Once the trade is open, I adopt that one with the stop loss. My goal is to never make it bigger, but better put the effort in there where I say I open a trade only if I'm confident with my stop loss. So my stop loss must be in an area where the market will not reach it, or if the market reaches it, then the setup which I wanted to trade is not correct anymore. So whoever's listening to those videos actually, if at all anybody, probably nobody, because the videos are just for me, but maybe somebody feels okay with listening to my stupid voice. So I'm sometimes just talking here my mind. So I'm kind of repeating what I learned just to manifest it and to get it into my brain. Um, Sometimes I'm just, yeah. So it's not a training video. It's actually my trades and I comment on it as I wish to. So, but here we see a divergence between the demand index and the price. The price went down here. The demand index actually goes up, even though the demand, the price here is down. So I'm gonna wait until the next candle is closed, and then I'm gonna decide if the candle which is closing is dominating that candle here. I tend to open a trade, and then in that case I'm gonna go long, but only and only, that's gonna be difficult already, if my stop loss is in an area where the setup should be incomplete, should be not correct anymore. And see, happy me, and that was my mistake in the past often, happy me, I did not go into a trade right away, which I did in the past often, but I'm waiting until the end of the candle. And now it is actually going through the market, through the, so and if I look here, just here we have 3K delta. So I'm going to here. I've actually minus, so there shouldn't be too many stop losses here. But who knows, who knows, who knows. So now the market went through it here. Market speed is catching up here. So it's usually a sign if it breaches another bottom here. And the speed of the market goes up. That's usually a sign that there were stop losses, which is not wrong. If somebody trades up here, they must set their stop loss somewhere, maybe here, maybe here. So they would be filled. So here now it goes even further down. I would, yeah, I don't go short directly into an existing candle, into a candle which is building up. I want to wait until the market goes up again. And then this former support area gonna be the resistance area. And then I'm considering going in. And even here, I'm not even sure. Maybe this one here should more be the area where I think I should need to adapt my area. If I look at the volume profile here, this would be a more probable area to react in case the market would come back. So look at this one. I had an area marked here. It really went up here. And then it went down there. So a bit more confidence in my ability to mark the right areas. That would be helpful, but who can tell me that how to strengthen it? I guess it's learning, so I always try to catch like a 50% retracement. It's often a good item, and it coincides now here with that low. So if the market would come back here, it would be a 50% retracement. And then I would look into a trade in that area. And it looks like the market has a little issues here. It was fast here. Oh yeah, I had yesterday something, because I have an own indicator which is called something with volume, TJ volume and delta, this one here. Yep. And the volume and delta, this one is showing me the POC of the candle. And it can show the candle POC, it can show the line as well, like how the POCs have been moving. Let me show it, and the value area band. So let me add that one. It adds a little bit of complexity to the chart, but what it does actually, let me just focus on not the POC line. No, and that POC line is too. So it shows me the POCs of the candles, and here you see there is a certain likelihood that the market gonna return from here, because the POCs are with a positive delta, and they're pretty dense here. If I look at the candles, pretty dense together. This one is now a negative one. But the green candles are increasing, I'm gonna wait for, that's the patience, I need to wait for the closure of the candle. If that one is closing well, then I'm gonna open a trade. I'm on my demo account right now. Oops. Let me open my account statistics, and I'm gonna take away the numbers for yesterday. So that's just one day. 0. We're in the ES market, 12.5. I guess I need to implement some more logic there. It can automatically detect the market, and then it knows what that tick is value worth. Shouldn't be a big issue. Anywho, so let me be prepared once the market goes. And I know I'm trading against the market and all that stuff, but maybe it's worth it, I'm not sure. Gonna wait until the market goes back. Maybe it goes back starting from that POC line here. Yep.
Order filled, order placed.
I'm in the hope the market doesn't go further down than this one here. But if it does, my setup is not correct, and I need to bite into that sour apple of a loss.
Order cancelled.
So here I'm gonna define my area for as the target. Let me see as well how big that one. Oh, that's a pretty big friend here. And this one as well. So let's see. Oops, it's shooting up. So this area, this yellow candle here, is a sign for a fast market. So now it's moving up, shooting up fast as well. Whereas the delta per second is negative, so it looks more like So I'm short before closing down because it's now at a POC, which was a pretty big POC. If it comes back, oh, it actually runs, no. Comes back. There's a lot of delta involved. Delta's up. Doesn't look too bad. And POC on that candle is pretty much in the low part. It could test the POC, which is below my entry price, and you know how nervous I'm getting when the price goes against me, and then I had 17 ticks in the making. And here, if I look at the retracement, this one is not yet 50%. I always intend to get 50% retracement, but I went in now based on that retracement here. So I guess I'm gonna, maybe today is the day to trust my market analysis, even though I'm trading against the bias of the market, which is not good in general. So volume is 5 per second, delta is like plus minus. Delta of the candle is minus 17%. And it looks like it's accumulating here, at least it's building a POC. Look at this, 234 contracts on that marker. So it is a heavy baby. And maybe the market tries to find out if there are more buyers. Not sure if it will, because the sellers are taking over. Minus 7 ticks. Here's the POC of the other candle. As you can see here, the aggressive buyers on the right candle, they are actually kicking in once the price goes towards the POC of the lowest candle. That's actually the lowest one, is the retracement candle. Here these buyers are holding at the moment, but sellers are aggressive. So shall I go out, stay in, out, stay in? I'll wait until, see what happens when it passes this one here, this area. Are buyers coming in or not? Looking at it from a demand index perspective, this one is already, oh, it's not a demand. Looking at the wrong chart, that's a difficulty when it's the same color. So, but here, looking at demand index with it's kind of an, with this candle here, it went to down here. Oops, switching it off. And now it's pretty much in the uptrend. and doesn't really want to go out. So that actually means that the volume is not moving with the move of the candle. So there's a chance we're still gonna see that the market will go up. But let's see. So we're minus 8 ticks now, minus 10, minus 11 goes for market pushes down, pushes down. I would not be surprised if I'm just being stopped out right here. But it's the game. I don't change my stop loss. That is the one which I defined, and that's okay. So if I find, I give it a second chance. If it's being stopped out, I give it a second chance, and it looks like it's going to be stopped out now.
Stop filled.
Yep. If there's a comeback, then I do it a second entry. That's the maximum I would take. And if that one is moving back, but it looks like it was just a normal market retracement. Here looks like if I look at the speed, goes massively up. Ooh, that's interesting. So many sellers. So now we need to decide, is it stop losses? Very highly likely, because now the market is shooting up. But here there are sellers coming in up here, which is unusual. That's unusual. When you have sellers here, that's unusual. No, it's not unusual, but it is usual for the case if somebody wants to push down the market further. But it is not unusual for the case if the market goes further up. So I'm gonna do a kind of a
Order
bet
placed.
here. I'm gonna
Order
go
filled.
in again because I believe, and that belief is based on the demand index, that the market will shoot up here at least to this area, which would be
Order cancelled.
38 ticks. It's kind of the only real reason I entered the trade now is that the demand index was not following the price movement. But I could be so wrong again. And it goes that down again. Probably gonna have a loss today of 40 ticks on the demo account. Yeah. So I would have a loss of 40. I guess it's losing, but I still keep it open. Two times trading against the market. Not a good idea, I guess. So it's clear price action is short, and I still bet against the market. Am I stupid or not? Maybe it's my personality. don't like to comply to anything. I set my own standards. It's pushing down, it's pushing down. Yeah.
Stop filled.
Yep, that's it. The second trade, 2 trades in that video. It's already 25 minutes, Jesus. And 2 trades against the short-term price action and against the long-term price action. So it was, I don't know what it was. The first trade was based on reaction I saw on the location I marked. That candle here, I did the end of the candle, and it actually went up for 17 ticks. Why am I not happy with 15 ticks or 10 ticks? So now what I would do, probably I would wait until the market goes down and comes back here, and then going short. So for the remaining day, I guess short it is, and I'm gonna switch now the trade off. That's video off, and gonna switch on again if there's another chance to trade. So here it's me again. I just got a notification from the trading system that the market reached a certain level. I create those alerts here, and this one would be great if I remember what that one was. I think it's a 50% retracement from the last peak here. And this one is a 50% retracement from that peak, and then we come from the top one. So that means there is a higher likelihood of, or we would trade shorts here. It went into this high volume area here. Let's see where the candle is going to be finished. It's still 200 ticks to go. Does it go further up, and then where the next candle goes? So I had 2 trades in the minus for the demo account. It's 41 ticks. Now I need to make a decision if I want to trade the evaluation accounts. Trust your feeling, trader. So, no, I would trade in the demo account again if there's any trade. So the candle's closed. Let's see where the market goes to from here. Doesn't look like it has a lot of ambition to go down. So we might challenge that here, and I would actually wait for these 50% to be reached, and then look for potential retracement. We still have 1,200 ticks to go. Let me actually start to Sometimes I have a alarm here, new candle, but you know, I try to stay away from looking at every little move of the chart, just get a notification, get an alert out while I'm doing something else on my computer. And then after that, I'm gonna switch over to the terminal, to the trading terminal. And with this little alert, new candle, you're gonna hear it soon. I always get reminded that trading is running, and then I'm kind of determined to look at a chart. And I've heard from professional traders that they are just setting alarms, waiting until the market goes there. Before that, don't do anything, especially not anything stupid, which I tend to do. Here, the demand index indicates it goes up. As a learning of my first two trades, I will not go long. Maybe I should have gone long here. Look at that. But it would be a breakout out of that zone here. That's not sure if that would be wise to do so. But it looks like this time it would be working. Might well be that there are some, that's a preferred area here for a stop loss. When somebody goes down, goes short, they, when the market goes against them, they need to set their stop loss somewhere, which is a buy limit order. Or no, not a buy limit, it's a market buy order. And they usually would put it somewhere here. So it might be that the market is just trying to grab that one. And if it coincides with that one, so if the market should appear for the buy limit orders, that would be desired. If it comes immediately back down, great, then we're going to search for the entry. If not, then not. At the same time here, there's not much trading interest. That concerns me a little. Classic areas are here, at the value areas
New
are here.
candle.
This was the new candle, and I'm always bugged with this new candle alert. But look at that. Nice little trace backs from here. I could have gone here, some ticks, but learning from the first three trades. Oh, don't do that. Don't trade against the trend. Don't trade against the price action. Okay. So I wonder if there's any stuff going on, if there's any here, that's where the line is, that is the area where there could be stop losses. And if we see them, that's a big one. So now the market has reached an area where there could be stop losses. Could be, but didn't really click. Or maybe there will be no, maybe it's just an area of no trading interest. And you see on the delta is mainly interest in aggressive buyers. But if they are drying out at some point, but as long as it looks, that's the 50%.
New candle.
That was the 50% retracement area from here to here, that little tone. But we will never enter a trade just based on one candle. We need to have some kind of confirmation. So that was a pretty fast move. Let's see how the market is moving in here. This one here is the 50% retracement level if you count from up here to here. Short-term price action would be no. Let's check. Does it really go pushing up? It keeps pushing up, and delta per second is positive. The volume per second, oh yeah, it looks like it's going up. Some more time. It's not really 50% here at that line. It's more like I chose this high volume node here. Which are these candle pocks, and let's see how much volume we have here. Look at this 241 and below that 197. So that's a huge area. If that one gonna get rejected, maybe the market is just pushing up there to see is there anything remaining? Is anybody wants to sell up there?
New candle.
And still, even if I would go short here, even if the short-term price action is broken like here, and blah 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 blah, this lower high, lower low, and this gonna be now a higher high. But on a big picture perspective from here to here, that could, this one actually coincides with, take that one out here, coincides with the value area low. So we have here the high volume node marked. We have here the area of the value area low. So if the market pushes down here based on this high volume, did I check what was here? Comparable. So let's see. Market went up here. If it goes down now, it would be on my location. It would be here as well. So would I trust my location? I trusted it already before, and I'm so unsecure now. So much psychology involved in trading. So much. But I'm happy I have my little helper here, which shows me where my stop loss would be. So if I would trade here, then the next 50% level certain ticks away, and my stop loss would be somewhere here. I probably would only get into a trade at this 15 plus 50%. Yeah, but here's a real big volume. And it made a pretty jump down there. Here as well, right? So these volumes are not small either for this time of the day. But now here, since cumulative delta is still up, delta sense, well, it's all looking long. What kind of confirmation would I be looking for? Because it can't just be a 50% area. It should maybe test the area twice.
New candle.
Let's see. Sellers are stepping in now. And here's the area. Don't get yet in down there, boys. Push it up a little bit more further. Such a boring life as a trader. The price goes to your level and then actually the price went up here, right? Now, if the next candle closes properly, I guess I'm gonna go into a trade. But I need to pass this POC here. Not a big one. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Looks like there's some moves coming. At least the market is working itself out a little bit.
New candle.
Order
So
placed.
I'm gonna go in here.
Order cancelled.
Put
Order filled. Order placed.
put the limit order there. Change it now with that limit order didn't get executed. But I will place it in with the market order. So let's see. This would be from that way a 50% retracement. But at the moment it looks like another thing where I've been too fast, too nervous, too impatient. And the market goes against me again.
New candle.
those are the moments when the price is back at my entry level, and then I think, maybe I should go out of that trade because of I'm happy it went back and gave me another chance. But then if I always close my trades when they're back to my entry level, then I will never make profit and would then let them run into my stop loss and always close them too early when they're in a profit. That doesn't work either, so need the runners run, but they're never running. They're running backwards. At least in my case, some others. So the POC seems to be changing to the upper, seems to get higher and higher, which is concerning. When the POC is moving higher and higher, that means the trading interest is moving as well when the volume is moving up. So that does not look good. Yeah, another loss, I guess. I should go out now.
Stop filled.
And as usual, when the stop is filled, the market goes down in the other direction. It is not always like that. So I've got now nice 60 takes off loss in the ES market, which is minus 762 dollars. Not fun. As usual, I allow myself a second entry, which should not be before that one here. So I can remove that one. Should have trusted the short-term price action, which had changed from short to long. So that was trade number 3. And looking at the details, trade number 3 made shit color of that indicator. You should fire the programmer. Can't say it now. Trades on the chart, trades on the chart.
New candle.
So that trade, which was trade number 3, in the ES market on my demo account was again minus 20 ticks. At least I didn't change my stop loss, even though it's annoying in the last tick here, but probably the market might come back not given because the demand index doesn't move up as much as the price. And here the cumulative delta actually goes down. Let's see. So that was trade number 3, another loss in my demo account. And I'm so happy I didn't do it in the evaluation account. But my demo account is now at 29,364. Not good. So stop recording, making a break. Ciao. So I switch on recording again. I'm looking now at the market, which goes down to my entry level, and because it has a negative delta, massive negative delta actually, and that I kind of play with the idea of doing a second entry, and especially when my stop loss is above this area here. That's a really high volume area. So I'm kind of playing with that idea. It's a big delta on this. The passive buyers at the moment pushing the market up there. Not sure who's gonna win. I'm kind of nervous that this stop loss goes below this critical level, but as usual, I would not enter a market before the candle is closed.
New candle.
New candle, but this is a positive candle with the this is bullish candle with a negative delta. It's an So let's see, I could put a stop loss order now here. Stop loss order, a short limit order. Or sell stop. So yeah, the market is slow, right? It's 6 o'clock. Nobody knows what actually happens. Here we have a range of So this one is actually the range. So it ends up there, 1, 2.
Point of interest reached.
One times back, second times up. Mid and then up again. So it's more a sign of a breakout to the upside. Gonna try to stay away from zooming in too much, because that
Point of interest reached.
tends to create a bit of a sense of urgency that you need to
Point
jump
of interest
in
reached.
at every single move.
Point of interest reached.
So the market here actually goes down, delta, cumulative delta goes down. So limit orders are actually, limit buyers are absorbing the sellers there. And we need to check who is winning. At the moment, it's not clear yet. There's no dynamic in the market. It should be shown by certain dynamic in the market. Now the market goes down relatively fast. I guess the Nasdaq guy is gonna laugh at me now. As we did yesterday, first move, wrong move sometimes. And then I failed. I could have jumped on the train yesterday, but didn't. So this one here looks more like a breakout on the downside. I want to wait until the
New
candle is
candle.
closed.
Order placed. Order
Then I'm
placed.
gonna go in. My stop loss here is above these POCs. It's really just a, I don't know, a gamble, hope. I have no clue what I'm doing here. Might sound all smart, but no, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing.
Order cancelled.
If you trust my analysis, then the market could go until this area here, depending on the speed of move, or it could go bounce back from here, which is some days ago, which is not on my chart anymore. So those are the happy moments, even if it's just 2 ticks. Yahoo! 2 ticks and plus, hey. And 4. And demand index goes down, has passed the 0 line. Then delta is going down as well. It looks like that's the buyers are yeah, winning-ish, winning. I don't know. Let's hope the market gonna go down there. So in case the market goes really down there, at the moment we are 61 ticks and minus, and the market goes up down again. Typical when you try to see, oh, what is the potential money here, then the market goes against you. So if the market reaches this stage here, then we are break even. I gonna mark that area here separately with a red line. Here we would be break even. Very optimistic thinking, right?
New candle.
I gotta move this one to 50% because it could still be that this little trend here of 95 ticks is actually just making a 50% retracement and then pushing up. And that would be really pissing me off. The hope is for sure that a short-term trend gonna continue. But it would mean as well that it is pushing lower than the daily low. Yoo-hoo, 50% met. So let's see, how is Delta reacting? How is the market reacting here at this point? If there are buyers jumping in, I'm out of the trade. There are buyers. Did not push the market up. So for those who wonder, this little yellow line here would be the new average price if we decide to add another contract. So if we want to scale up our position, this would be the new entry price, which is now here, but it would be then here. So it should help the trader to I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
New candle.
Order filled.
I'm out. I'm gonna close the trade. It looks like it's retracement here on the 50% retracement level, and the market now goes up again, probably to this level here. So I'm gonna shoot that one off. So this trade was with 0 ticks. That's I think my fourth trade today on the demo account, which is 0 ticks. I closed it at the entry price. In that was a trade, a reversal trade, and in the hope it goes with the general trend to which is short, but it looks like it has been the short-term trend has changed to long trend. So there was a 100-tick reversal, and that reversal reversed 50 ticks, and now it's going to the long direction again. But I'm out of that with 0 ticks. Still my 61 ticks in the minus for the whole day in the demo account. As long as I'm not really confident with the trading here, I will not trade on the evaluation account today or on the funded account. So I just try to get confident today. Maybe I just wait until the real markets times, the US market times open. So I'm going to close the recording here. That was my third trade with 0 loss and 0 profit, 0 tick result. So here is Trader Jan again, and you see my screen, and you see my perfect happiness for having missed another trading opportunities just before, like here. Oh no, let's see at the market at the moment. It seems to be a little in a rush. It goes back from this clear downtrend back
New
to the
candle.
50% retracement, which is my preferred trading moment actually. And let's see if that one really retraces. You see here as well a quite high volume on exactly that point. And if there's an exhaustion up there and the market traces back and gets some more aggressive sellers, that would be awesome, and I would be happy, and I would go into that trade as long as my stop loss of 20 ticks is above the highest point here. But at the moment it looks more like the market is shooting through the 50% retracement. So as long as the market is not clear where it want to go, here I'll just shortly review that portion again. It is just so annoying. I went in the trade here and got stopped out here because I was stubborn with my 20 ticks.
New
Maybe I should
candle.
have considered putting it up 6 more ticks. Then the market, jack, another 100 ticks down. So I lost 20 here. And then here I was at the second entry. And that one was right as well. So I broke out of that one. I think I waited here until it's like bounced back from here. And then I entered the trade. And then I was chickening out because it's got it down here and up here. And didn't trust my evaluation assessment, I guess. I need to work a little bit on my trusting my own assessments. Now the market goes nicely down at my 50% retracement level. The 20 tick stop loss is still above the retracement level. There is lots of volume here. And we actually can make it visible a little bit better just by adding a little. Oh, the main volume here
New
is actually
candle.
coming from there. And this is my time to
Order
enter
filled,
that
order
trade
placed.
because there's a little bit of dynamic in the market. The stop loss is exactly at the highest point of the range here. So the hope is, and talking about hope, huh? You're trading here, not hoping. The hope is that the market will not go. Let's learn from the other one. I really don't like to
Order
increase
cancelled.
my stop loss here, but I
Order
can go
cancelled.
up to above these that POC here, and one of these moments where you need to be careful as a trader. You didn't trust your gut feeling before. Now you say, okay, now I gotta trust my gut feeling. And the market does exactly the opposite of what you want. So I just go a little bit above
Order
here.
cancelled.
That's just my limit. I don't want to risk more. I'm already 60 ticks behind and now at plus 10. Oh, 9, minus 10 again. It looks like the same POC level here. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah.
New candle.
Looks like somebody is trying to sell there. And somebody is trying to push up. So in case it happens the same like here, I just stay in the trade. Just annoying. I mean, I'm not sure if I would do it if I would be in evaluation account or in funded account or even with my own capital. I don't know. But similar situation like here, we had the demand index being with the second reach of that area being on our side, closing lower, even though it reached the same level. Here it looks like the same. The first candle here reached up, and then now we're gonna watch very closely if it reaches that level here. Let me put a little marker here, because when it reaches that level, there's a likelihood the market will go higher. And
Order
it's
cancelled.
already closing my trade. So isn't that annoying? And now the market retraces, right? That's always how it is. So let's monitor the market carefully because cumulative delta goes down. Delta goes down. Demand index doesn't go as high up as it used to be. And here it looks like there's another range being built. Make it a little bit higher, bigger. So if that one here
New
closes
candle.
at some point underneath this range here, then I'm gonna go with my second entry.
Order filled.
I'll go in again. And once I'm in, the market goes back, right? Is it wrong that I went in here? At the moment the market is moving into my direction, but it wouldn't be the first time it's being
New
just on the
candle.
lower end of what I want. So cumulative delta is on our side. Delta is on our side. Demand index is on our side. What is not on our side is that this range here seems to be a little persistent. It looks like the price is feeling well in this range. If it happens that they're gonna be stopped out again here,
Order
I
cancelled.
should not do that. Hello. I should not do that. So the POC just moved down from here to here is a good sign. If the now the POC moved up again, so it is an interesting area there. So that there is a divergence, there's a delta divergence, which means the candle is a bullish candle, but the delta
New
is
candle.
bearish, which means that passive buyers are pushing up the price. Now, what we don't want to see is that active buyers are kicking in, which we see at the moment at the beginning of the candle. There is 15% of the candle is bullish in terms of delta, but it looks like that aggressive passive sellers are kicking in now and pushing the price down, even though
Point of
delta is
interest
still
reached.
positive. But the negative delta per second is spacing up. So one of those moments
Point of interest
where,
reached.
which was similar like here, where I
Point of interest reached.
did not change my take profit, my stop loss, I mean, but now I changed it and I hope it was the right direction.
Point of
right
interest
position,
reached.
because this one is a range here and it looks like the market wants to go back into that range. It doesn't want to go. It needs to have a strong candle
Point of
like
interest
this
reached.
one, and then a retest and then back. And that's what I didn't see here with this trade. I didn't see that, okay, maybe the market wants to go back into the
Point of interest reached.
market, into the range. Let me check how the volume profile
Point of
looks
interest
like
reached.
here. So the market went back and just tested here, and then I didn't see that. I didn't see this probability that even though it's going out here with a big candle and it might test it again, so there was a likelihood at least until the middle, or maximum until the middle. So let's see what happens now. And as it usually is, one idea worked out and then suddenly not anymore. So here the market did not speed out of the range yet. It's likes it feeling well within this little range here. It went back to the middle, which is a good sign that it went only until the middle. Then with this bullish candle, the demand index didn't go as high, but this here limits orders are pushing the price up. It's a negative delta, but the candle is bullish. No good. Go out. We have here a negative delta per second, which we want to see, but now aggressive buyers are jumping in. Ooh, no good, no good, no good.
New candle.
Oh, that's not good, not good. Do they really want to push up the price here? And catch me
Point of interest reached.
if you can. They can. What you usually would do now in the
Point
this
of interest
range here,
reached.
so 17, it's not really a big enough range to do scalping in there. But the demand index
Point of
is
interest reached.
dangerously high, moving higher, which I don't like. That means volume is coming up with the price.
Point of
In
interest
theory.
reached.
No, practice as well. That's the way the index is calculated. So I sure don't follow my own rules today again. Like I'm already 85 ticks behind, which in dollar terms is
Order
minus
cancelled.
1,062 and now is minus 1,400, which is actually maximum 2. Oh yes, it looks like the market goes up. So another losing trade. I'm gonna go cry, and let's see what we're gonna do with that one. Is it one of those moments where the market breaks out into the wrong direction and then goes down again? I have no clue. First move, wrong move kind of thing. What's it doing here? That could be indeed it. Let me go right.
Order placed.
The POC.
Point of interest reached.
New candle.
That would be typical range trading. You enter the trade at the range extreme and trade into the range. Now what I prefer to see is here the market tests this one again. That would be awesome. It is for this time 722. Very high volume here. So I like to see here the market goes back there. Should ideally be a finished auction and then should either the last tick there. Hopefully it's exhausting. And then the last tick should be
Point of interest reached.
on the POC here. Or below it now. What doesn't make me happy is this unfinished auction here.
Stop filled.
And that took me already in. I'm not too happy with that one because there's an unfinished auction here. So let's see carefully what happens when the market reaches the middle of the range. So it automatically bounce back, or which is here, or does it go follow through? If it bounces back, I should go out of the trade. If it just follows through and adds additional aggressiveness in there, I'll just stay in the trade. Looks like it's just following through. Yeah, if I look at cumulative delta, if I look at the delta itself, it all shows me that there is potential for a short. And what happens if it reaches that here?
Point of interest reached.
Let me check. So just following through that one. So in that case, it would be one of those first move, wrong move things. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do my
New
stop
candle.
loss here,
Order placed.
at least with 2 ticks. Because it might still be that the market goes down into the middle. Why stop loss here 1 tick?
Point of interest reached.
Yes, -1. Ah, yeah, it's plus, but it should be
Point of interest reached.
green. Okay, no, the programmer needs to be fired here. That's not good enough.
Point of interest
That stop
reached.
loss should be green because it's in plus and not red.
Point of interest reached. Point of interest reached.
Looks a bit like the market doesn't have any interest to go up. It is like exhausting there. Looks like Christmas tree. Yeah, market goes into the right direction. Yoo-hoo. Let's see how long it goes. Where we have here a little interesting part, which was very highly motivated with a lot of buyers, aggressive buyers here as well. Let's see what happens if the market comes back there. I don't know. It went here. What happened? Keeps pushing down. It's one of those moments. Do you get out of the trade here? You are
New
already
candle.
20 ticks ahead, but on the other hand, we are 112 ticks in minus. So do we let it run? Yes, no. I wish I could vote. If it profits, yes. If not, no. So the POC is moving down. Maybe I should have another. Oh, here, look at that. Look at that aggressiveness. Ooh. 729. Oh, that's actually a time where there's a lot of action going on in the market. I would rather
Order cancelled.
close my trade. Because at this time it could go wrong, right? Look at this volume here, wow. A lot of sellers, but they're being absorbed. Classical case to go out of a trade, and let's see what the market defines. Yeah. Maybe I should do that. Goes back
Order
here.
cancelled.
I don't
Point of
wanna
interest
lose
reached.
my good trader.
New candle.
Order cancelled.
At least 12 ticks. Yeah, give me 12 ticks. I put it here above the retracement of that candle here. But on the other hand, cumulative delta is so... No.
Order cancelled.
Chicken out of the trade here.
Order cancelled.
So here, 2 ticks. And the rest, no. Here,
Order cancelled.
come here. Go to my
Order
original
cancelled.
target. It's now 7:31. The big hectic of that part is over. Not sure if the market, when they test it here again, what's gonna happen is so... Delta is so negative. It's such a pressure of the aggressive sellers. They should push it through. But here looks like as well, there's no buyers here down here. This looks like a volume is moving up. One of those moments where I might end up hating myself to not take the, I don't know, 30
Point of interest
ticks.
reached.
Just be stubborn.
Point
Which
of
you
interest
shouldn't be
reached.
as a trader, actually.
Point of interest reached. Point of interest reached. Point of interest reached.
New candle.
Point of interest reached. Point of interest reached. Point of interest reached. Point of interest reached.
Order cancelled.
I'm gonna go out of the trade. It's just to, I don't know, don't feel well. And now the market goes down, right? Is that as it usually is? And then maybe it makes a rally here of 50 ticks. No. Anyway, I went out of that trade for the simple reason it got somehow stuck here at the range. And I just wanted to take some ticks. I made now, went down from my loss of 1,400 on the demo account to 1,200. So that was, yeah. And now the market goes down, right? Yeah, we don't know. So that was another trade today. on the demo account. I'm now $1,200 in the minus on my demo account, and I somehow don't figure out the market today. So I guess I just don't switch to evaluation account today or to my funded account. That's not worth it. Now the market goes down here. So let's monitor that one a little bit more, but the recording is off. So the market went back now into that area where there was such a high activity, and it looks like the market
Order filled.
gonna go bounce back from that one. So here I'm gonna enter a new trade. My target is
Order
this one
cancelled.
here, and the reason for me entering that trade is actually this one was such a high volume node, such high traffic, and the market rushed through it and went back here, is testing it again, but then my assumption now is it goes back again. Could be wrong as well, as usual,
New
right?
candle.
Well, it's kind of a huge mess here in the market. Why am I even trading here? Like a up and go and inside candles and blah blah blah. And, and again, market goes against me and 12 ticks, and is that disappointing
Point of interest reached.
as well. This time I'm gonna change just
Point of
2 or
interest
3
reached.
ticks up here, so I'm above this little bugger here in case the market doesn't want to create a new high. But there are 2 candles already. Oh, that all speaks against me. I should go out of my trade. Maybe I will. And then there's this fear of
Point of
I
interest
might
reached.
have done a wrong thing again. But the market is just pushing up.
Order filled. Order cancelled.
Area, wrong direction. So I went out of the trade. I'm now back to my 1,500 minus. So I guess I'm gonna leave it for the day.
Point of interest
It's not
reached.
gonna go anywhere. Okay, that was, if I'm not mistaken, trade number 8 for today on my demo
New
account. And
candle.
within 8 trades, I was able to manage a loss of
Point of interest reached.
1,500. Oh, okay, I guess not my trade, not my day. I'm gonna
Point of
wait
interest reached.
whatever the day brings. And if I look at this
Point
big
of interest
volume
reached.
chunk here, maybe I should follow my original approach and
Point of
just say,
interest
hey,
reached.
today is a range day, today is Friday. That's a range of 34 ticks. Why not just trading this area here? So when the market goes up here again, I go and trade here, returning into the range, and when it goes below, I go and trade the returning as well. So let's see, just disappointing. Okay, I hope my learning curve will start growing at some point. Ciao then. And here it is, the market has reached the
Point of
upper
interest reached.
limit of that big chunk of range.
Point of interest reached.
And we are looking for a little bit of a distance here, a little bit maybe until here, and then here try to position ourselves below that one.
Order placed.
And just go into the middle.
Order placed.
New candle.
Point of interest reached. Point of interest reached. Point of interest reached.
So I'm looking for negative delta here, which is the case. We have a little bit of a barrier here. Okay. Sellers are jumping in, but I'm not willing to enter the
Point of interest
markets
reached.
at this point here. There's too much volume
Point of
on
interest reached.
my sell stop at the moment here. So at the moment the market is having fun at the upper part of the range
Point of
with
interest reached.
actually quite a lot of negative delta. The candle at minus 15% delta.
Point of interest reached.
It's not really getting out of the range, right? It's like getting a little bit up here.
New candle.
Now it's building up volume up there, which speaks kind of against my case for the trade into the range. If I extend the volume profile here a little, let's see what it does. It's kind of a B profile here, which usually is if it's collecting here and then going up there, you could theoretically trade well between those two high volume areas, or it goes up because the volume is kind of changing from here upwards, and you could
Point of
expect that
interest
the
reached.
market goes further up. But the overall trend is more bearish. I would only go with
Point of
short
interest
trades
reached.
today, except maybe in that range. If it comes down here again and goes back into the range, I would position myself with a long, but that's not the topic for now.
Point of interest reached.
So volume is definitely moving up, but what could happen there is a pure absorption. So look here at this amount of sellers and look at the buyers. So what is it now here? Is it the buyers getting absorbed by the sellers or the sellers getting absorbed by the buyers? It should be actually the buyers getting absorbed by the sellers, right? So there is buying potential there. And if that bubble breaks, 500 contracts now at this time at 755. If that bubble breaks, then there is a certain
New
likelihood
candle.
that the market is
Stop
going to
filled.
go further down and gonna
Order
be a
placed.
little bit optimistic, to say the least. Oh, here 300 contracts and they got absorbed. Oh no, 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 no. Wow. 300 contracts got absorbed by limit buyers. Oh, that's big. So there are limit buyers up there. And somebody's buying here like crazy. Somebody's buying. I should technically. Should I go out there? Let's see how the market reacts when we come to the middle of the zone. I'm not sure is my interpretation right now if that level broke, so those sellers got absorbed by limit buyers, and now that one broke, so that means the sellers have won the battle. Now the aggressive buyers are coming in there, which is roughly about the level at the middle of the that's at the middle of the range. Oh, now sellers
Point
are
of interest
coming in as
reached.
well. Okay. There were, oops. There is aggressive buying in there.
Point of interest reached.
But if I look diagonal to those numbers, it looks to me that depending on where we are, sellers are
New candle.
stronger, but not everywhere. Lots of buyers, but
Order cancelled.
well, typical case, I'm chickening out. Maybe I should have waited until the market comes back here. How does the market react there? Well, maybe it's so.
Order cancelled.
What I did where I closed the trade is there were so many aggressive buyers coming in here, but we can check it out. So what happens when the price goes back to those 348, 400, 500 contracts up there? What happens there? Is the market exhausting or there are more aggressive sellers coming? Maybe I'm looking too close. Maybe I'm because it's all inside something. Maybe I'm just let me remove all my paintings here and all those. I think I need to lean back a little and reassess the situation. Okay, so this trade was a trade of 4 ticks. 4 ticks. And got nervous again. So within the range. I should have followed my initial trading idea of the range border until the center, which was that point, and then the price returned. But the thing is good that I went out of the trade and I didn't just let it run into my stop loss, which would have been very close. Now the market goes against the trade anyway. Okay, then that's it. I think that was trade number 9. So the market has opened and we're at 8:37 Chicago time now. As it looks like at least one positive news of the day at this area which I marked during the market analysis this morning. This was really a reaction of the market. I didn't unfortunately catch this one here and then the going down here. So here's a pretty long area. So let's see if that one goes down here. Then I'm gonna catch that trade. But there should be a retrace. All right. Why not?
Order filled. Order placed.
So I went into that trade because it went pretty fast down here. It could be as well that the market goes fast up there again as well, but market is in such a strong downtrend. I didn't let it wait until it goes to the 50% retracement. There's a pretty big volume area currently being building up here. So volume is going down, okay. That's a good sign that volume is accepted at a lower level. But it all looks a little bit stale. Demand index goes up. Buyers kicking in. Let's see how far that goes. There is
Point of interest reached.
quite a range here. Currently building. At the moment it's in the middle.
Point of interest reached. Point of interest reached.
Does it go back into the range or not?
Point of interest reached.
Put my stop loss here.
Order cancelled.
Above the last highs. It looks like the market wants to go up there.
Point of interest reached.
So it knows there's something here. It knows there's something here.
Point of interest reached.
I know you know, but you don't need to show me that you know. Just go down. It's the middle of the range here, and I entered the middle of the range. No good.
Point of interest reached.
Order cancelled.
Yeah, exactly. Huh? So cumulative delta goes up. I kind of do I go for another trade here into the range? Because price action now looks a bit like up.
Point of interest reached.
So that's a nice range of 30 ticks. Should be enough for some scalping.
Point of interest reached.
Oh, now it bounced back from the middle of the range, which is usually a sign of follow through to the upside.
Order filled. Order placed.
And not following our own trading plan. We're just gonna go and go up, and we had a 50% retracement here, and the market goes against us. Looks like somebody's pushing, but the 50% retracement holds.
Order cancelled.
Gonna go out here. There's a high absorption here, so that is more. Let's see what happens when it goes back there.
Order filled.
Okay, it went back, and now the direction is short.
Order cancelled.
He wants to try it again. You can, my friend, you can. There's like a long price action, right? It goes, should I go long? Should I go long or not? It looks like I should have gone long.
Point of interest reached.
Order cancelled.
Which area is just amazing. So that trade was again minus 20 ticks. And I'm $1,850 in the minus, plus $65 commission. And everything just because couldn't wait. I don't know what the reason is. Technically, if I look
Point
at
of
the
interest reached.
short-term price action here, it goes up, but maybe not for long. Now this thing goes down like crazy. Man. It's in the middle of the range. I don't want to trade there.
Point of interest reached.
So that one might go back into the range. We have a range of 53 ticks. Wow. Okay. So we want to check if the price is bouncing back at the edges of the range. One of the edges could be here or down here. At the moment it seems to bounce off the edges. So I'm gonna hope.
Point of
now
interest
I'm gonna
reached.
check if the price goes out of that range. Yes, it does. With enough volume, with enough delta, yes, it does. And then I still stick to my belief
Order placed.
that we have short day. And the market goes back again into the range, but only after it has passed the initial boundary.
Point of interest reached.
Order placed.
So my trade has become valid. The market is pushing down. There's tons of delta involved. I go to the
Order
lower
cancelled.
here. It might be that it's gonna be finished. The trend, the move gonna be finished in the middle here. But since we are greedy, we're gonna take the one at the bottom. So maybe the market wants to take out this liquidity here. Oh, that would be awesome. I'm gonna
Order
switch
cancelled.
directly into. I want to take some profit with me. That's for sure. So delta's negative still.
Order cancelled.
So that trade is closed. And I might come to the
Point of
belief
interest
that
reached.
this range is actually this range here and not the one down here. So if I trade another one here in the range, I'm gonna get exactly in the same point. And I'm gonna follow through until the end here. So that's the Friday approach. Even here I would go long if the market goes out of that range at the bottom. If not, it didn't go out now. So it's smashed back up That's what ranges do.
Point of interest reached.
Go out there, my friend.
Point of interest reached.
Go out there and come back.
Order placed. Stop filled. Order cancelled.
To enter the middle, is that one of these where the market goes
Point of interest
out
reached.
right after touching the middle? That I would hate that so
Point of interest
much.
reached.
Order cancelled.
The one that never reached above that one, but yeah, that's
Stop filled.
yeah, exactly. So we had one plus trade, one minus trade. And it was one of those typical examples. The market goes to the other side, goes to the middle, and then it pushes out. But
Order placed.
sorry. No,
Order cancelled.
still we are here at the level where the market was working hard before. Let's see if the market goes believably back. Cumulative delta goes up, even though there's a divergence because the market doesn't really go up, but delta goes up.
Point of interest reached.
Order filled.
Point of interest reached.
I went into a long here because it looks like the market gets
Point of interest
pushed
reached.
back at the range of the bound, at the upper boundary of the range, and that it gets pushed up further. It's one of those tempting moments to just close the trade because it's so,
Order cancelled.
yeah, just close it, break even. Yeah, and now the market goes up into exactly the direction I hoped for. Isn't that amazing? So anyhow, demand cumulative delta still goes up. No correction there. The return here happens according to the demand index lower. So
Point of interest reached.
Order
it
placed.
looks like the market loses a lot of steam. So I'm gonna place a sell stop order here. But cumulative delta is still up. No, I think that is rubbish. Rubbish. Especially when the stop loss is gonna be in the middle here. No, that is the market here gets somehow absorbed here. Doesn't go further. No.
Order cancelled.
So I'm now at minus 1,900. I guess I'm gonna call it a day. Yeah, there was such a high volume node here. Later on in the daily review, when I look at the chart then again, let me delete all that stuff here. Then it's always looks so easy. So here you mark that area. Okay, the market went through da 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 da, and then here it bounced off and tralala up there. So and then here again, oh whoa, here there's a positive candle. Let's go here, and we have 17 ticks. Or again here, and exactly from the area we said, okay, let's go up here. But how do we know that we exactly enter here and exit here? Or we get here, our stop loss would be here, and we get up here. So it looks so easy retrospectively on the chart when the candles are built and the areas are there. But in reality, if you sit in front of the chart, that is just heartbreaking.
Order filled.
So it looks like the market gets finally its lessons to go down here. It might have found its final border for the current move up here. That was something which was built in the morning at a level which we defined in the morning as relevant for price reaction. And let's see how far the price gonna react on that one. My lucky assumption, or maybe just hope, and probably just hope, is that it will go far deeper than expected. Then greed kicks in. Now greed kicks in. I could go out now, 25 ticks, okay. I have minus 152 ticks overall on my balance, but it's moving nice and slow down. Demand index goes down, keeps staying down. The cumulative delta moves down too. But where would be my target? Is that this area here where it bounced off here? But if the market is looking for liquidity, the liquidity is exactly down here or even down here. So do I wait for another retracement? For sure, I'm gonna
Order
do
cancelled.
a break even for my trade, so at least I'm not being pushed out with a negative, or I just take the profit. What shall I do? So let's take the volume profile here. Let's look a bit into detail. There's a little zone building here, which happens to be exactly here. And it goes up from there or down from there. And interestingly enough, in case the market breaks through this level here, in case, theoretically, I could have made profit now of 26 ticks, but I didn't take it, and because I wanted to, I don't know what. Greed. Greed it is. So one of those cases where first move, wrong move proved to be true because it went to the other direction, potentially collecting some liquidity here, and then it goes to the other side. Hopefully, let's see how the market reacts when it goes back here into that area. Oh yeah, it bounces off that one. Oh, that's a good sign. So in that case, I
Order filled.
actually
Order
add
placed.
another contract
Order cancelled.
because I see here my yellow line. This is the new entry price if the market, if I add a new contract, if I add an additional contract, that's going to be the new entry price. Now, I saw that entry price being here above that zone while the market was pushing back here. So I'm now about $700 in the plus. Let's see if the market pushes down here to fish that liquidity. There's tons of liquidity and the market seems to have power now. Demand index seems to be not happy with the move. Delta is not there where I want to have it.
Order cancelled. Order cancelled.
No, I went out of it. That felt a bit too weak. At least we managed to have 150 profit. And as usual, right? As usual, here we could have had like 60 ticks. We were in with 2 contracts. That's so annoying. That's so annoying. Here would have, could have, whatever, but it's annoying anyway. That is a potential of, let me check this trade on chart thing here. We went in here. Now the market is at 68 ticks. I went in with 2 contracts here, which means, oh no, it was here 15. Now I would have been at 70, 140 ticks in the plus, but I didn't. I went out of that trade far too early. While I saw the market is moving south. And out, cumulative delta goes in, and blah, 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 blah. Naja. Anyhow, that is trader life, right? So annoying. So what I'm gonna do now is, if the market bounces back into this area, I might find another trade here. Let's keep our little brain cells active and neutral. 50% would be here. So my little friend, go back. I guess the last trade made about how much? 20 ticks. Yeah, exactly 20 ticks. So if it reaches 50%, oh no, it goes up to the other range. That was a fast move, huh?
Order filled.
I'm gonna go back in because it looks like it's bounced off that accumulation phase here. Is that real? I have no freaking clue. No,
Order cancelled.
shit. That was playing mode. Yeah, and I'm playing mode. Now I lost my other win from the other trade again, which is normal, right? I mean, that is just BS. I make a good trade and then I go in again and I lose. And I don't see the indicators. Cumulative delta, not on my side. Demand index, not on my side. So you better stay with your knowledge. Use it. Don't gamble. So let's zoom out a little. Looks like if the chart is too big, I lose track of the big picture. And the big picture is that there is a zone. This is a huge range here. It's actually testing again that area which we said before.
Point of
That
interest
is a
reached.
huge area of accumulation. It was this morning. So why should
Order filled.
the market not react now here? So I went in that trade here now because I saw cumulative delta nipping away. Delta went negative and supported by the demand index, which went into a different direction than the price. So my stop loss is slightly above that high peak from this morning and where the market actually retraced, but looks like it's pushing up again. I think the zooming out of it from time to time and just following, not following every single little movement of the market, not getting nervous. That's one of the keys. Here it demand index supports me. Delta is huge here. I'm not sure if it can follow through. The volume goes down. Kind of tempted to close that trade here because it just goes too much into the wrong direction.
Order cancelled.
Close with minus 10 ticks. Because cumulative delta is not yet on my side. Demand index is
Point of interest reached.
so now touch that part there. What did it produce? Lots of volume. And the market goes down again.
Point of interest reached.
Tries to push up. There
Point
is
of
a
interest
finished
reached.
auction up there. Don't like that. Finish that one. No, unfinished auctions are not good. Market tends to go back there. Lots of buyers in here, lots of buyers. Amazing. Lots of volume. Look here, 200 contracts here, 200 contracts here on the selling side. But there's buyers.
Point of interest reached.
They are pushing. And still no finished auction. I
Point
don't
of
like
interest
that. I
reached.
don't want to go there. Now the market shoots up. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Great. So I'm zoomed in again into the market, and now doesn't help my psychology. Yeah, those parts here, they were built in the morning or in European times. Doesn't mean that the American market will accept that or respect that. But we're gonna check here if the market is respecting that range and is being bouncing off from that range. Let's see.
Point of interest reached.
If it's bouncing off,
Point of interest reached.
then we're gonna go back in, but it need to be at least a positive delta, or goes back
Point of
to the
interest
middle,
reached.
or something, but not just.
Point of
I mean,
interest
there is
reached.
a negative delta, cum delta is going down. Now it bounces
Point of interest
off.
reached.
Is it really waiting for the close of the candle?
Point of interest reached.
Okay,
Order
candle
filled.
closed outside in the trade. And
Point of interest reached.
because of the short-term price action.
Point of interest reached.
Delta's still against me.
Point of interest
Negative
reached.
deltas against me. It was a feeling trade, and my feeling turns to be not correct
Point of interest reached.
so far.
Point of interest reached. Point of interest reached.
Now cum delta seems to be delta's coming up. Some high-speed stuff going on there. It looks like volume goes down with the price, which means price might move lower.
Stop filled.
And I'm out of my trade again. Wait. Another minus 20 ticks. I'm at minus 2,287.50 on my day, not on my lifetime. It's like on the day. And now the stop has catched me. And what does the market do? It goes back up in the direction I wanted.
Point of interest reached.
That is so annoying. So annoying. Okay, let's finish the day. So I made a new record of minus 183 ticks for the whole day. And which is minus $2,287.50. So totally disappointed now. And as
Point
usual,
of interest reached.
as a trader, you need to recover and get up your little ass
Point of interest reached.
and move on and keep going and learning. Okay. Thanks for those not joining here, for listening. It's been a pleasure. See you then. Ciao, ciao. So it looks like the market here wants to go out of the range. The range here is massive here. So what I'm gonna do now here is, even though it's Friday, I know, but I wanna wait for a rebounds from the, it actually did the rebounds already, right? So I'm gonna go short here
Order filled. Order placed.
because it went out of the range, went back in, and then pushed down further. So my trading strategy now is that the market gonna break out from that range and gonna go to a new daily low or whatever it needs. So the delta currently is not is slightly going down, and now it's going up here. Typical, right? When you go in with a short, the market goes immediately against you. Anyway, here I'm not sure if I had thought it really true, but it looks like the market is doing what the market is doing. It's stalling here. The delta is going, cumulative delta is going up, positive delta, here's negative delta in the current candle. And one of those moments when you go in, the market goes against you, you go out, the market goes just down. So I will sit that out, I guess. The market is testing the area beyond this high volume node here. It looks like it's trying to get past that. Let's see what the retest of that area gonna be. There has been a big delta, so it is actually moving into the right direction. Now the big question is there be a rebound here? Because it's going to be a new daily low. Looking at it from, don't have the story here. There is more speed coming in here according to my little indicator, my market footprint indicator. The delta is massively negative now, it's moving to the upwards. So let's see what happens when it passes, when it goes here again, because it's one of those areas where it took a while to pass that. Now it got even more volume there. Okay, now it passes there. It's expected that here gonna be now a lot of stop losses because it's the new market low. Let's see what the delta is in that area here. It's now plus 900. There's a little bit of wiggle room there, but not much. The market is pushing down with limit orders. That means the market wants to find out what is down there. Okay, interesting. So the market goes down, 30 ticks in the plus. Volume is coming with a movement. That doesn't look too bad. Or is it one of these? Oh no, I'm gonna go. But at least I put it under a reasonable stop loss like this one here.
Order cancelled.
At least I have 6 ticks profit. Cumulative delta goes up and the delta goes up and whatever goes up, everything goes up. So here follow the delta, follow the pocket a moment here. Oh no.
Order cancelled.
So I take those 15 ticks and have closed that call, but I'm gonna keep monitoring what's happening here and what's happening here. Because if it's gonna be rejected, I can't just go in here. Need a bit more evidence. So let's see how the market reacts down here. Does it push through or not? Yeah, at least I finalized the day with minus 2,100 and with some little ticks in plus, meaning 15 ticks the last trade, besides the, now in the meanwhile 168 ticks minus for the day. Could have gotten more, yes, but okay, then that's it for this one. My last trade of the day, that's for sure.